Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? Uh, how's the week been? What's up with you? Um, I am joining or I'm going live here today from Lagos, Nigeria. So, where are you joining in from? It's been good to hear from you. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'd like to hear from some people. So, while I wait for people live, um, I want to okay, so today we are going to be dealing with yeah, I'll be taking most of your questions and answer for junior designers. So are you a junior designer? Let me hear about it. Um, what phase of your career are you in? I'd like to hear about that. Okay. Hi guys. How are you? Okay, I'm trying to quickly set up. Hey, I see somebody. I see some people's comments. Keep it coming. Hi to you too. What's going on? So I'll just give it like 2 more minutes for more people to join in before we get started today. But today we are more focused on junior designers today. So newbies slash junior designers, questions you have, um, where you are in the industry, what challenges you're facing. Let's see how I can help. Okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, so let me see your faces. So we're just giving it a minute for some other people to join in so that they don't miss out. Okay. Sorry, I'm not playing music today. Yeah, I'm just in that work mode. Um, just give me a second. IPK, I see you. PK also. That's from YouTube. I see you. It's good to have you here. Okay, I see your comments too. I'll read it in a bit. Just wait, give me 1 more minute for certain people to join in. Yeah, I see your comments, guys. I see your comments. Keep it coming. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, so uh, again, good morning to you guys. Good afternoon, good evening. It's evening here, actually. So I've got a couple of questions, a lot of questions actually that I've been getting from different people in my inbox, by email, on LinkedIn, on Gram, basically different channels. And I just thought, let me answer these questions all at once. We're supposed to deal with ideation in UX design, but I think I will hold off on that today because we have a whole lot of questions to actually attend to. So I'll send an email about that. I'll send resources for that one for ideation and UX design. But we are going to be focusing on junior designers today, issues that you might be facing. So we're starting now. I already have, I think, one or two questions coming in. Let your questions roll in. If you have questions, let them come in. If you have more questions, if you've asked one already, keep your questions coming. Just keep on asking your own questions. Um, some questions I have here. I have a lot of questions. So someone, this is from LinkedIn, and this person says, "Hey Grace, um, trust you're doing well. I'm a fan of what you do on LinkedIn and how you enlighten UX designers. Basically, I'm currently trying to improve on my research. Uh, okay, I'm trying to improve on my research skills. That's UX research, okay? I want to specialize in UX research instead of being a generalist. I want to specialize in UX research instead of being a generalist. Okay, so I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn if you don't mind. Probably I could just talk to you if I'm facing any challenges while doing that. Okay, so that was somebody's question. Let me put it up for everyone else to see. So that was somebody's question. Her name is Rihanna. Okay, so someone wants to be a specialist, a UX research specialist, instead of being a generalist, and she's looking for how she can do that. So, by the way, for those that don't know, for the past couple of weeks, I think about 6 weeks now, we've been dealing with UX research. So, if you've missed that, you can just go to the YouTube channel and watch them. So, I would say being a specialist is highly dependent on you, depends on what you want to do. And so, if there's a path that you've chosen for yourself, maybe because of your own interest or maybe your background, your experience, then that would be fun. That's a good thing. So I would say the first thing to do, or the first thing to make sure you know, is know what UX research is about. So UX research is not just gathering data on YouTube or on Google. I mean, it's not just about gathering data, Googling stuff, and just getting data. That's not what UX research is about. Yes, it's a part of it, but UX research is basically you attempting to understand your users as regards the problem you're trying to solve. And so that could be different ways. It could be through interviews, it could be through observational research, it could be all sort of ways. Usability testing is even a part of research. So, um, so I would say that where you need to start, you can start with the videos that we've had on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So if there's something that resonates with you, this particular someone that wants to specialize in UX research, then you can start from um, on the videos we have. You could also check out Debbie's. So there's someone I actually follow on YouTube, and she's pretty good. She's actually very experienced. So I will. I think I've sent her an email about this in the past. So if you're subscribed to her email, you should have gotten that email. If you did not get an email about it, or you're just joining in, feel free to fill out this particular form, and you get added to the mail list, and you can just shoot me an email as well to just say, oh, you'd like to get that email about people you should follow, basically people you should follow on online. So this is the form for you to fill if you are not on our mailing list. Basically bit.ly/design with Grace Ade. So that's a simple form. You can actually fill it in less than a minute. So for email, for you to send an email, you can just send an email to commanddesign.africa@gmail.com, and I should get an email and respond back. So that is the email on the screen. Okay, so yeah, so that particular question, I think that's something interesting. And I just think to add this to it, which is that your background. if you're someone that comes from certain types of backgrounds, such as say psychology, or you already have some experience um, with UX research, with research, I mean, not necessarily just UX research, then you might thrive in UX research space. And so, for those that know, next week, Friday, this time next week, we would actually be chatting with an expert in UX research. And she'll be taking a lot of questions on UX research. So this question might still come up again next week, and some other questions. So moving on to the next question. While I am addressing some of the questions I've gotten before, if you have some questions, feel free to just drop it in the chat box and I'll attend to it now. Also, if you have a portfolio and you'd like me to review it, like you might benefit a lot from me reviewing your portfolio here. For those that have been sending me stuff and I've not been able to review it, yeah, I could pick one or two right now and review your portfolio. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There's nothing to be shy about. Okay, so this another person saying, I've been working towards this Roland. I've been working towards switching career path from customer service to product design. I've actually started with UX courses on Coursera, saying, okay, let me just put it on the screen. Seeing videos and trying my hands on replicating some designs with Figma, but at some point I lost the zeal because I wasn't getting feedback or having someone to put me through or criticize what I've done. Okay, so basically, this person is. I didn't get a question in this. Okay, so I think this particular person was asking me to be a mentor or something. Okay, so um, basically, this person is trying to switch from customer service to product design. So, this is something I will say about this. Again, the background you have or your experiences, your current experiences, has could give you an advantage in being a UX designer or a digital product designer. I prefer to just call it UX designer. Um, so your experience. So for this person that's coming from customer service, awesome. You already have some experience when it comes to talking to people, when it comes to getting feedback, which is a good part of being a UX designer, especially the research part and the testing part of design. So I would say that someone that is looking for resources, I think this person is a bit lost on resources. There are really great resources online. Again, we have a lot of resources that we've been covering in the past couple of weeks on YouTube. You can go ahead and check this out, especially if you have been stumbling for a while. Now, how do you get feedback on your project? I think this is another part of what this person was asking. Getting feedback and getting someone to put them through or criticize what they've done. So this person is saying that the course they are doing on Coursera wasn't really giving them that kind of feedback that they needed. So what I would say is create your case study based on the project that you choose, or as a junior designer, most of the time you have to probably come up with your own case study. So create your own compilation of how you went about solving that problem. And when you do that, find someone that's been in the space and send it to the person, give them feedback. It's better and easier on both parties that way than for you to just message the person with a lot of um, message person saying you want the person to be your mentor. So it might be better for you to take that approach, which is have something to show, have something like what you've been doing. And that's the question I usually ask people when they message me. I just say, oh, what have you been doing since we started as a UX designer? Can I see something? Can I see something? Is there something for me to review? So that's something I ask. So let me quickly take a question that came up here. Um, I started UI UX a year ago and currently volunteering for different startups while looking out for better opportunities. Okay, so that's my question. Oh, awesome, PK. So, what challenges have you been having? Is there something you'd like me to address? Okay. Okay, so another question I think I got in the past couple of weeks was let me see. Let's see. Say, hey Grace, can you go? Okay, this was someone that sent me their portfolio for me to go through. And okay, I think I remember this particular one. And I actually went through the portfolio and I was giving a feedback to the person that the first thing I thought was, who are you? Like, who are you exactly? And that question came to me because I think this is someone that is trying to get into both product design and trying to get into product management as well. So the person's portfolio was basically portraying both of them, which was a bit confusing to me. Hence the question of who are you? So if you want to submit your okay, so this person was saying that they had gotten a lot of rejection, right? And I felt, well, I think I might know one of the reasons why you're getting rejections, which is that your portfolio doesn't make it clear who you are, right? It's all over the place. Are you a product manager? Are you applying for a product manager role? So even if you're both of them, even if you're trying to get into both fields or more than one field, you should create different portfolios, different CVs. You shouldn't have a general CV or a general portfolio. So that was my response to that person. I think I responded to that person. Yeah. Okay, someone else asked me another question of, by the way, I'm still waiting for your questions to come in. I'm just taking in the questions that have come previously. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them. So this person asked me, what are ways that you have found to have helped you set yourself up for success in the UX design industry? So this is an old question, but I just thought to bring it up again. How I set myself up for success. Um, I would not say, I would really not say that I've set myself up for success. I would be honest with you that there's been a whole lot of failures that has come as well in this my journey. So the successes that seem apparent or seem obvious to certain people are a fraction of even the failures that come. So to answer the question, um, well, what I try to do, especially when I'm trying to get a new job, is to you have to research the company, right? If you're trying to apply for a company, I think a mistake that many people do is to just go ahead, they dig out their CV or their portfolio from wherever it is and just apply for that job. There's a likelihood of rejection that way, or or failure that way, because you've not streamlined your application to what that company is about. So that's why I would say that when you want to get a particular job, especially as a newbie or a junior, what you need to do is to streamline your portfolio. Research the company, find out what they're about. If you have relevant case studies or projects that you've worked on, then those are the ones you need to highlight maybe at the very top of your portfolio. You rearrange your portfolio. Your CV also needs to speak to that audience. Basically, design your portfolio or design your application, your whole application. Like a UX designer, think about the people that you're submitting an application to. Think about them from UX point of view, like they're actually your end users in that sense of it. So you should design your application, your portfolio, your CV with those particular people in mind. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this one is a common question I get. Um, what boot camps or where can I go? Where can I attend to learn UX design? So this particular question came from a lady. Let me put it on the screen. Okay, so what bootcamps can I attend to learn UX design? Okay, so I used to recommend a few in the past, but it's something that I've stopped doing myself because um, many of these, what's it called? Many of these boot camps promise things that they won't deliver on, right? Starting from getting a job afterwards to them telling you that you'd be a UX designer after 3 months, like you'd be ready for the world and all that. So I stopped recommending boot camps. So um, well, some of them are actually overpriced. So that aside, so what I would recommend to this person and for other people that are having these same questions as well would be that um okay, so what you need to do is find people such as, okay, like I used to say, we have resources again. We have resources that you can simply just go ahead and watch the videos. And again, the particular person I mentioned earlier, again, if you have not been receiving emails from me, so just fill the form that I dropped earlier on. That's this one that's showing on the screen. Fill the form, and you should be added to the mailing list. And you can specifically send, okay, so that's this one, I mean this form, that's this link, design with Grace Adeade, bit.ly. Then if you have not been getting any, if you want specifically this particular resource I'm talking about, you can just basically send an email to that. So back to the question, bootcamps are not something I recommend. I don't recommend it. What you need to do as a junior is to be observant. What I mean by observant is spot problems around you and provide solution. That is the job of a UX designer. It's basically to solve problems. That's it. So spot problems. It might be something in your day-to-day life. It may be something for a business you see around you. It might be something for your own personal career. It could be anything. Spot problems, then the user-centered approach, user-centered design approach to basically solve the problem. Do your research, come up with some ideas, basically do the whole process. If it's a digital solution, you can create your UI design, do your testing, and all those kind of things. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the channel, go to the YouTube channel, and watch the videos. Okay, I think I have a few more questions. I think I have one more question that came in, and I have a few more questions that I'll just take before we wrap up for today. Okay, somebody said that. Okay, so this is another common one. Job description says 3 years. A job said 3 years for junior role. How do I get such a job? Okay, so unfortunately, this is a big deal. This is a big problem where I actually see a lot of job descriptions that are calling out for junior designers. Are calling out for a junior designer, and then when you read it, they'll tell you, oh, they want somebody that with 2 years, 3 years, 4 years experience, and or sometimes even 5 years experience. And what I say about what I usually think when I see that is that these are basically kind of companies that want to get more for less. Yeah. So they want to get more for less. So it's basically cheating. So what I would recommend is, again, create compelling case studies, work on projects, be observant. The same thing I've said before. Be observant. See problems, provide solution. Compile it into a case study. Do one, do two, do three. Do a couple of them. And once you have these, you can go ahead and apply for these jobs. Even though these jobs probably would say, oh, they want 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. In the end, they the main one of the main criteria that they use to actually accept people or not is the quality of your portfolio. In the end, it's about the quality of the projects you've worked on. Even if they say 3 years, even if they say 5 years, right? Okay, so maybe not 5 years. So even if they say a certain number of years and you've not attained up to that, you can feel free to just apply for it if your portfolio is up to par. I'm going to use that. That's my caveat. Your portfolio has to be up to par. I have another question coming in, but before that one, let me take this one, which follows up to this question I just attended to. Should I apply for every job I see? Okay, so even though I have said that when you see jobs, even though even if they say it's 5 years or something, that you should still apply for it, I would recommend that you don't exactly apply for every job you see. That can be frustrating. You need to be able to discern when you read the job description to know whether it's something that you want to work in first, but also whether it's something that you have a high chance of getting into. It could be frustrating for you to, you only have one project in your portfolio, or maybe just one project you've worked on, and they are looking for a level mid-level UX designer or a senior level UX designer, and you went to go and apply for it. I'm sure you were not really expecting a success, right? So I would not recommend for you to apply for every single job that you see. I would recommend that you seek out jobs or seek out projects that are within your level. Yeah. Okay, so the very last question that I have before we end for today is from Lillian, and she says, "How can a junior designer prepare for an interview?" How can a junior designer prepare for an interview? Okay, so this is another common question I get. Um, let's see. So again, CV, portfolio. The other thing I said earlier, which is research the company, right? You've been called for an interview already, which is great. That means you probably have scaled through the first level, which is you submitting your CV or your portfolio. So you've probably scaled the first step or the first stage of the whole application process. So make sure you have researched that company. Make sure you have questions for the company. So this is something that is usually a winner, especially when you've gotten to the interview stage. Don't just go there to be interviewed. Go there to also interview, right? Go there to also interview the company. Have your specific questions that you have for that company. What that is going to do for you is, apart from the obvious fact that you get to learn more about that company, but also you get to learn you send a message to them that you are thinking, that you are not just a yes person. You also send a you basically also would understand the culture of the place, especially certain questions that has to do with, oh, what's your design team like? If you're a junior, for instance, you ask questions around, oh, is there some sort of mentorship, or how can a junior, how can a junior be able to learn more? Is there mentorship? So there are some kind of questions you need to ask when you go for an interview. Like, in the end, it's for you to advance, right? It's not just for you to earn some bucks in the immediate, right? So yeah, so that's what I would say about that. If you have more specific question about that, you can feel free to email later on, or you can still send it to me right now. Interestingly, I just checked my LinkedIn and somebody sent me a message asking for a portfolio review. I don't know if the person is physically in this session, but I might not be able to do that. So a lot of people send me these messages privately. Oh, I would like you to review my portfolio. I would like to review my portfolio. I can't do that for everybody. Yeah, it's a hard thing for me to do. So that's why in sessions like this, I think I'll do more of those kind of sessions. So try to prepare your portfolio for those that do not have anything to show right now. Try to prepare something to show next time so that I can be able to review, and then you would learn, other people might learn as well. Okay. Um, yeah, so those are the questions that I have for now. So Lillian, to your question, I think I already answered that. I said three major things. Number one is research the company, have so that you can have some talking points, so that when they ask questions, you can be able to attend to it. Second thing is for you to what's the second thing? For you to be able to have your own questions. Yes, have your own questions, not just for talking points, but actually questions to even ask your own self. Then I expect this third one is expected, which is why I didn't mention initially. It's for you to know what you're doing, right? Understand the UX design process, understand it actually, because for companies that really know what they're doing, they might not ask you like direct questions of, oh, tell us the UX design process. No, they probably ask you questions like, how do you use the design? What's your design process like? That's a popular question. How do you create solutions out of problems? That might be a way that somebody could ask that. So there are different kind of questions that interviewers ask during a UX design interview. Another one that they could ask is, it could be even a some sort of whiteboard challenge. That's something that some companies do, which is where they throw a solution, a problem at you. Maybe something that kind of relates to what they do in a company, or it could be just an abstract problem, and they want to see how you think through the problem, not just how you design pretty stuff, right? So those are some ways that you can prepare for an interview. I think that's all the questions we have for today. I think we spent about 30 minutes. It's pretty cool. So I'm not getting any more questions. So I think I'll wrap up for today. So, like I've said earlier, next week Friday, that's 20. I think next week Friday should be 25th, if I'm correct. 20. Let me see my calendar. One sec. Yeah, 25th. So next week, Friday, that's this time next week, we'll be having someone come in to answer questions. We're having a guest. Actually, I'm gunning for two guests, actually, a guy and a lady. So I want to see if we can have two of them, if not just one of them. But we'll have at least one guest next week, answering a lot of questions about UX research, but also not just about UX research, but how to be a UX designer. So you hear from other people's perspective, not just mine, right? So it's good to hang out with you guys today. Yes, PK, this is insightful. Let's do more of this. Yes, so let's do more of it. So again, if you have questions ahead of next week's sessions, I know I've gotten a couple of questions already, but if you have more questions, please send an email to commanddesign.africa@gmail.com. I'm showing it on the email address on the screen already. Send an email with your questions, and I'll be able to compile it ahead of next week, just like I did for today's session. um Again, like I used to say, please like, please comment, share this with somebody else. It will tell LinkedIn, it will tell YouTube that this was valuable to one person and it could be valuable to more people. So it will basically tell the algorithm whatever. So yeah, see you guys next week. For those that have Oh, before I sign off, let me quickly say this. I've been getting some assignments from people, like the assignments I gave you guys on UX research, and I've been reviewing some of them. So I gave feedback, I think earlier today, and some others earlier this week. So if I told you that your assignment was not what it should be, then you need to go back and watch the the video that I would have recommended in the email, in my response to you. So please check your email. If you sent something to me and I've not responded, please just basically comment in that same email thread. Basically, just send me the email again, and I will attend to it. Okay. Yeah, Lillian says thanks. I have gained clarity since I started following your sessions. Never miss a Friday. Oh, thank you very much. Please invite somebody else next week. Let's do that for the couple of people that are attending the session right now, or those that watch this afterwards. Invite somebody next week. Somebody might benefit. Someone you think that should be in tech, or someone that's been talking about being in tech or being in UX design or product design, or someone that you think is a creative person and will benefit from being in tech. That's another thing. Invite them. to next week's session. I should send an email early next week for this. So till then, see you guys and enjoy your weekend. Try to rest if you can. If you can't, try to work on your portfolio, work on your projects. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.